2G, it became 3G, so it became more data driven. Then came 4G, so it went next level. And of course, we are now on 5G and 6G. What Apple changed, as I realized, they changed the whole game from cosmetic looks or the design or the hardware to more towards software. There is hardly any physical change in phones. They are more similar kind of phones. More and more customers are getting attached to these two or three brands because they have made the whole ecosystem very, very friendly with the customer.
Hello and morning. Today we are here with our second session for our podcast, and we have our CEO and MD, Mr. C.k. Sharma. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Abhinav. Thank you very much for being with us. Let me introduce Abhinav is our head for renewed business, and he has been a veteran in this business. And Mr. Ashik is here. He's our head for. He's rather a production in charge in a way, and he looks after the total making of renewed products.
So, sir, basically, what I need to ask is like in the previous session, you were discussing and you briefed us about why you came in retail business. So I need to understand like what was the concept for bringing renewed business into this retail format. Like nobody's doing it, so how the idea came into your mind?
Yes. No, it's a very important question. So I've been in consumer electronics industry for more than 40 years. And mobile industry and especially UAE, you can say almost 20 years. And of course, I'm a insider of the industry, but at the same time, I'm also a user of mobile phones. So I've seen it all. It was an era when Nokia was the king. Then we saw the era for BlackBerry, and then the whole game changed after Apple came in. So see, my learning both as a consumer as well as the businessman was that the first phase when Nokia was there, Sony Ericsson was there, and even BlackBerry to extend when they were there, it was more like any other consumer product or a car, you can say it, whereby the models were very different looking, and people were more attracted to the feature, the look of it, maybe the battery or something to do more cosmetic and more hardware. So it was more hardware driven. But I think when Apple came, the game started changing. And we cannot say it's only for Apple. Also, what happened was the things started changing from 2G, it became 3G, so it became more data driven. Then came 4G, so it went next level. And of course, we are now on 5G and 6G. So the speed and the computing power has changed. Now, what Apple changed, as I realized, they changed the whole game from cosmetic looks or the design or the hardware to more towards software. Now, with this, what happened was rather than product look changing, whether it is Samsung, who's also a very important player in the game, they started emphasizing on user experience. Also, what happened was with this event of fast computing or the better speed or even better memory, capacity, the things changed. So now, if you really look at it in last 5-7 years, there is hardly any physical change in phones. They are more similar kind of phones. The thing which changes is primarily the software or the user experience. Also, what has evolved over a period of time is that see these. So earlier there were many players. Of course, Nokia was there, and then came BlackBerry. They were the leaders, but it was not that there were not another 10 brands. So there used to be many brands because it was cosmetic business, so each model could look different from the other model. So what happened after Apple and this computing change and all that? The industry shrunk. What has happened is the industry has consolidated, and unlike in the previous era, there are very few players. So primarily, it is Apple, Samsung, or maybe Xiaomi.
So, sir, why do you think that many of the top players which were there, why they went out of the market and it became a very small
Yes.
market?
So see, what has happened is now it is more, you can say, system driven or software driven. So what is happening is the person who is used to iOS wants to stay with iOS. So and similarly, Android guy. Within Android also, Samsung has made their own developments and progress in software, which makes a user comfortable. So what is happening is more and more customers are getting attached to these two or three brands because they have made the whole ecosystem very very friendly with the customer. So now what happens if you switch to any other brand? It is difficult. So earlier the cosmetics were different, but the user experience in any brand was same. But these two, three brands have been able to make an ecosystem, whether it is in terms of apps available, whether in terms of the way system works. People prefer to stay with the brand rather than to switch the brand. So that this is what it is.
That's answer.
Also, what has happened is now it is no more only about mobile phone. After 5G, the things have further changed. So now what has happened? The speed has gone up, and it is mobile plus. So that means a person wants watch, health monitoring. A person is also looking at earbuds and all that. So with this ecosystem becomes even more important.
Yes.
Because all these brands have built the whole ecosystem whereby if you have a phone, very easily you can connect the health watch, or you can have the earbud or any other thing which works very well on 5G. Now with this what has happened is people are trying to stick to that ecosystem. Now also what has happened is over a period of time, these brands, particularly Apple and Samsung, they have improved the quality of devices, because over a period of time they have learned how to manufacture same product again and again. So as a result, when 10 or 12 years back, when the phone life used to be 2 to 3 years, now it has become 5 to 6 years. So what happens is, first thing, people want to stick to same ecosystem, and second thing, the phone life has increased. However, all these brands are very premium brands.
Yes.
And also, besides being, this whole system is there, they are prestige brands.
Yeah.
So what is happening? There is a huge change in psyche of people. The people who want to buy a little cheaper phone and who cannot afford it, they are looking for option how to be a part of this ecosystem. So rather than moving to the brands, they prefer to stay in the brand, but they may move upward or downward. Means they may buy a little cheaper variants of same brand, or they may buy a little higher of variants of same brand, but they want to stick to it. So as a result, what happened is there are still a chunk of people who still change the devices every year.
Yes.
Although overall trend is people stay with the device for a little more longer time, but still no one stays till 6 years, 5 or 6 years. And at the same time, the people who wanted to buy at a lower price point, if they can get these brands, a model at a cheaper price, people look for.
Sir, like you were telling earlier, like the phone is not changing cosmetic wise since few years, and like there is a every launch yearly. So how does customer like why do customer will buy, and what is the betterment for the customer?
Yeah. So see, as I was emphasizing, that see, people uh, are finding there is not much change in the phones, and and at the same time they want to stick to the ecosystem, whatever they are doing. However, recently there was a survey done, and people were given iPhone 15 and asked, and it was done at a quite a large scale, and asked, how do you feel about this new phone?
Okay.
And they said it is very, very nice and all that. And at the same time, when they were given iPhone 16 and said, this is a old phone, and what do you feel? And the reaction was that it is not as good as the iPhone 15. So Abhinav, this is where what really made me feel that this is a good market, and beside good market we should help the customer, because uh, there's a chunk of population which still wants to change phone every year, despite the phone life has become 7 years or 6 years or whatever it is, and they will still change it, and they will like to dispose of their device. And also across the world, what is happening is, if you look at the data, for last 10, 12 years, this is a segment which has been growing double digits. Many times it has even touched 30% or even more per year growth. Whereas the new devices for last 10 years have never exceeded or even touched 10% growth. Most of the time, if you look at it, last year it was only 1 or 2%. So I think we are in an interesting era, and if we really get good devices, we do it well, and we match the standard, which a customer, not thinking that this is a device used earlier. If we match the standard that for the person it is like it is a new device, if we can deliver that thing, and if we can give it at a price where the person is happy to buy that same brand, a very prestigious brand, at a lower price. So I think there's an opportunity, and it will also serve the customers. And there's a lot of scope in this business.
Yes.
If you look at the data that of last 10 years, there has been double-digit growth for this kind of a business, where people are looking for a good brand but at a lower price, and quality is good. They are not seeing that whether this product was used earlier. And with this, what will happen is, in a way, of course, it's not a direct way, but in a way, we are helping the world, because each device consumes a lot of energy. And if the device life is 5 or 6 years, and it is disposed in 1 year, then that 5 year is not being utilized.
Yeah.
So if we are able to make a good device which can be utilized for the balance period of its life, it will help the world. So in a way, we are helping the environment also. So interesting time, but Abhinav, you have been in this business for, I think, more than 15 years or so. What has been your experience, and how you feel this business is shaping, and what has been your experiences in this business?
Thank you very much, sir, for the. So the thing is that, sir, what I have realized, it has almost been 15 years for me in the same industry, and almost like 12 years in UAE. So like in earlier podcast, you told like how the market evolved for the phone business, mobile business, in especially in UAE area, and specifically in Dera. So what I have seen is parallelly there is a parallel ecosystem going on. Like for example, the brands like Apple and Samsung, there is a ecosystem where which you told earlier, that they are making more smarter devices, user-friendly devices. They are not pocket-friendly devices for some of the customers. So, like brands like Apple and Samsung making more user-friendly phones and more customized phone as per user usage. They have improved a lot in user interface, but they are not pocket-friendly phones.
True.
So there is a parallel ecosystem going on in this, especially in this market. What I have realized, this ecosystem has been there for almost 8 to 10 years, and it has tremendously increased within last 5 to 6 years.
Absolutely.
So what has happened is because these phones were not pocket friendly, there was always an aspiration level for the consumer,
Correct.
and they used to find ways how they could have done it or how could have got it. So what has happened was earlier there were few of the brands like Axiom and all. What they were doing is they were like many companies were getting the used phones from the users. They were just doing normal process of cleaning and all, and they used to give it to the customers. So even some of the dealers in the market, they used to take customers' phones. They don't used to do data wiping and all, and they used to give to a new customer. So when these dealers were giving these used phones to the customer, there were two challenges which were there. One was because it was used phone, they just need to they were just cleaning it. The security was a concern. So ideally, the first user security was breaching. And second challenge was the customer. The second customer was not getting experience of a new phone.
True.
They were getting the brand, but they were getting into the ecosystem of the premium brand, but they were not getting a feel of new phone.
True.
Then what happened was because in last 5 to 6 years, too many outside players also came into the picture. So they started just to give a user new friendly usage or a new friendly device. They started refurbing the phone. So it first phase was the used phones era, and then this refurbishment of the phones came into the picture.
So Abhinav, what do you think is a refurbished phone, and how can you define it so people can understand?
Yeah, so basically what happened was when the people were not having the new user interface, new phone feel, so people, many supplier came from outside and they started making the phone to as new, just for look and feel sake. It was not what you call good phone at all, or it is not a good phone at all. Why? And the reason behind it is like when a phone is getting refurbed, generally what happens is there might be some part problem might be there, or some original part would be there which is getting replaced. Okay, so what happens is there is a genuinity issue. Okay,
So you mean to say most of the refurbished phones may have duplicate parts?
yeah, for sure. See, if you are in trust with the supplier, if you know that they are doing business, long-term business, and they have been a good market player, you can get some kind of assurity. But so because so many players are here in the market and everybody is doing this refurbished business, you cannot assure that it is totally genuine. Okay.
Mhm.
And secondly, what is happening is nobody is providing you with some data that it is 100% genuine, or
So
they
there
are
is no
not
proper test or anything.
test, and even you might not get full warranty as well.
Alright.
Okay, and what has happened is this market, because of the usage or the customer need, it has evolved so much that nobody is concerned about the genuinity of the product.
No, I really see customer is being cheated despite the brand is so good. Means people think they are buying Apple
Apple,
or they are
yes.
buying Samsung, but they are not
They
getting
might
original
not be,
product.
yeah.
So
Yes.
that. So what you have done for our renewed product and how we are different than a refurbished product?
Okay, so to begin with, what we have done is there are many sources of getting the phones. Wherever we find a genuine source, we go to them. We don't buy in lots. Okay, we do hand picking by ourselves. It might be from the customer trading end, it can be from operators, and it can be from any of the biggest supplier in any country. But it is not a lot-based purchase. It is a hand-picked purchase where we go and sort from ourselves. We are sorting the devices and we are hand-picking those devices which are beneficial for the customers.
So you mean to say you only pick the devices which you feel still have life left
Yes,
and are of good quality, and you dismiss or you don't even consider the devices
we don't.
which are not up to the mark.
Yes, true. So we are discouraging to use any non user compatible product. So what happens is once we do this hand sorting, we bring it to our facility. We ensure that we are giving full what you call enhancement to this phone, so that whatever the life which is left for that phone, particularly like it might be 2 years, 3 years, we give a extension to it for more 5 years. So when we are selling to the customer, it is like a brand new phone from that same prestige and premium brand, and a pocket friendly phone.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, thank you, Abhinav. Now, I would request Ashik. So, Ashik, you look after the whole process and the quality check and making actually the raw product into a finished product. So, what do you do exactly? How's the process working, and how you feel the renewed phones from Guinea are better than any other phone in refurbished or renewed market?
Okay. Oh, yes, sir. Actually, basically, when we trade the phones, when trading from the customers, actually, we don't know what is the problem in this. So, what we do, first, we will do physically test. We'll send to QC. We'll do the testing over there. Then, after, we'll take it to lab. We have a lab setup. Very, yeah, and we have around 15 plus engineers and quality testing guys around 5 plus we have. Yeah, so what we do is we will test. We have some policies like we have to test around 75 plus parameters testing we do. Yes,
Okay.
but we are separate. We have our own software.
You have 75 parameters to
Above
test.
75
Very
we
nice,
have.
very
Yeah,
nice.
and it's a report coming by system. We'll take by system. Yeah,
Okay.
report will show like
But I
this.
believe you use a software which is from US and very,
Yes,
very
it's a paid
prestigious and
software,
very
US
expensive
based
software.
software. It will show all the reports. All the if there is any minor problem, it will show error as a minor. So
Very
yeah, that kind of stock we don't give the customer.
okay. So
Yes.
you only choose the stocks which are absolutely as per your parameters.
Yes. If any minor issue, we will repair from our
Otherwise, the
major issue. We will totally reject.
fantastic.
Yeah. Especially, we will once we give the customer, we'll make sure this all the parameters will match. And the main thing is, when customer buy new phone, they will get 1 year warranty. The customer go any showroom and they will buy because that is a trust. They brand new have 1 year warranty.
True.
Same our Guinea rich phones, we will give 1 year warranty
Because of the quality.
because of the quality, and we will give this report to customer.
Yes.
As per this report, we will calculate the warranty. It start from first.
Very good, very good. And what do you do about the battery? Because the battery is
Actually, sir, when we trade the stocks, the battery is different health. It's showing like 85, 70, 75 different health. So what we do, we will replace the batteries.
yes.
New one. This battery cycle is 0. So
What is this battery cycle?
so battery cycle means if one customer is using the phone like from 2 years. So once he charge 100%, the battery cycle will become 1.
You mean
Yes,
so with
each
every
time,
charge, the
yes,
battery cycle
it
goes
means
down.
yes,
But you see, I have heard in a refurbished phone, even the battery is old, they show 100.
obviously, sir, because there is a system to make the boost.
So
without
that is
changing
not a
the
true battery. You
not
mean to
to
say it is not a
it's an old
no.
battery. They
But
don't change the
they
batteries.
boosted.
Yes, they're boosting the
Actually, it
batteries.
is not by the cycle.
No,
Hmm.
no,
And to
not
my
exactly.
understanding, batteries by the cycle,
Yeah.
after a certain cycle, the battery will go.
Yes.
So you ensure that all your phones have zero
100%.
cycle,
Yes.
no charge battery means 100% battery.
Yeah, because we have a proof that this report is showing this all battery
So you can
cycles,
check with
manufacturing date.
this software. You can check the battery.
Yes.
Very
Not only the battery, even all the testing will do.
things you can do.
Yes.
Very nice, very nice. Uh, so I think Mr. Ashik is doing a great job, and
Yeah.
thank you, Abhinav, for all
Thank
that.
you.
And wish you best of luck to be successful in this journey.
Thank you.
And let's serve the customer well.
Yeah, sure, sir.
So thank you everyone for being for viewing our podcast. Thanks a lot, and thank you Ashik
Yes.
and
Thank you, sir.
Abhinav. Thank you so much.